Hey, this is Coach Ken, head coach of the Superbike-Coach Corporation. Today is Friday, 8:30, and I'm with my wife here, at the campgrounds right above Laguna Seca Raceway, where I'm going to take out the bike first time, and then I'm just fucking nervous. I'm excited same time. It kind of feels like back in the years here, because one of our friends, a long-timer student, he runs a RV dealership in Lockford, which you should check out. It's just a huge place. This is Carson Pass RV in Lockford, California. And he actually provided us this thing here to stay here for 3 days and 3 nights. I'm going to the track. I'm having a 1-on-3 tomorrow track drill, which you should check out too. And then the next day, 9/1, 1st of September, I'm having my own track day. Finally, after, I don't know, including Europe, like 25-30 years ago, last time I was doing a track day just for myself. So I'm very excited about it. 2 days in Laguna Seca, man. Corkscrew, here I come. So anyway, this baby here is provided by Thomas from, yeah, I already said it. What was that? Carson Pass RV. And yeah, it can't be any better. I mean, look at this. We are here up in the hills, Laguna Seca, and it can't be any better. So I try to give you some reports here, how it goes with the bike. I still don't show you the fairing and how it looks all to, put all together. Just feels, sounds, and yeah, just right. I hope it's holding up though. I'm a little nervous about it. So yeah, we are about to have barbecue and all that. It's just amazing right now. So good morning. This is Coach Ken, Superbike Coach, and yeah, I'm just back from Laguna Seca with the bike, and I can tell you, I am delighted. I am heavily delighted, because there were some problems, and I'll tell you later about that stuff, which made me paranoid. I mean, I literally woke up middle of the night and had a dream about, the damn bike goes up in fire and shit like this. And then when my daughter came in and had kind of a very comparable dream about it, then it got worse, and then really paranoid. So you can imagine my first session. After my first session, the relief. It was kind of crazy, but hey. If you ever do stuff like that, I mean, you turning a lot of bolts, and with a more or less expensive bike like that, and especially the way it looks now, you get paranoid. Your first session is just literally, yeah, try it out and find out how that's like. So plus my injuries, and all that, on a new bike, on tires I never used. So of course my goal was not lap times, which are pretty low, as you might can imagine, but that was not my goal. It was just to get out with the new bike, myself, getting back on the track and finding my groove, which I didn't complete yet. So I have to keep up the momentum. I'm looking for the next track day to do, where I can roll out the bike and keep going with my own development and the bike development. So, however, it was such a great weekend. I mean, we had friends out, loving people out for literally 3 days, and then Thomas Shorts from Carson Pass RV brought us a toy hauler and all that. We had barbecue, we had some beers, and a hell of a time, really. It was such a delight. I can't even put in words how smooth everything was, and the talks we had, and it was just awesome. I mean, what can be better than that, right? So yeah, but I also want to talk a little bit about my brand new MotoGear suit, which I also brought then out to Laguna Seca first time, and yeah, I mean, look at this thing. I mean, I don't know if you ever checked out MotoGear. This is 100% customizable, tailor-made gear. So, and when you look at it, okay, you get the list of what you can do is actually so big that it's actually too much for me to keep this all in mind. So let me try. So besides your measures, taking your measures, which is kind of tricky, but they have a nice explanation on the website and forms to fill, makes that easy. I still have to clean it up, so anyway, you can decide starting out with the shape of it. You know, you're racing, street riding, etc. So that decides the shape. I mean, you see the ankle of the arms and legs and stuff. It's that depends on your riding purpose, kind of thing. So you tell them this. You can decide cow leather or kangaroo leather. I still don't know if I'm saying that right. Preferred leather and what the percentage is, how much you want, and then this is all full preferred. I don't know. You get it. All the logos, you just give them files and they turn them over. You kind of, when they have a doubt how big you want them, they ask you, etc. Until you are really happy with it. I love that stuff here. They can do stuff like that. This is just fucking awesome. Yeah, humps. They have different side of humps, and if you still don't know what this is, actually, people keep asking me, oh, is this a protector? No, this is not a protector. This is aerodynamics. So when you lay down on the bike, your head is up, like into your neck, and this is one line and helps with the aerodynamics going down the straight. This has nothing to do with protection, by the way. So you can decide what hump size, small, medium, big. I think this is a medium, but I'm not sure. I gotta look it up, what I told them there. My own logos, I mean, look at the quality of this logo, of my starting number right there. The stretches and all that, you can decide whatever you want. There. You just give them files and they turn this over. So they also changed a lot of things that are listening to me very well there. With the Velcro inside here, this is holding on really, really good. And this suit is because this is kangaroo leather, is extremely light actually. Doesn't look like it because I'm having a fat ass, but it's extremely light. And I can tell you, I went down with it with one of my old MotoGear suits on Sonoma Raceway, and they're holding up. They're doing their job. They also can do measures if you tell them, hey, I have a airbag vest or a full airbag system underneath. They bring this to calculation and all of that. So really, and for a price, which is I mean, MotoGear is my sponsor, so that's this is why I don't know 100% what this exact suit would cost to you, but If you ever be my student, you will automatically have a 20% off discount with them. And I've heard when people are buying, when my students buying stuff like that from MotoGear, they're ending up with a fully customized suit almost just as this one for around $600 to $800. Yeah, I mean, that's a fucking no-brainer, actually. Yeah. So give it a thought. Give it a consideration there. So, however, what was Laguna like with the bike? Because that is what you might be mostly interested. So, the all the changes I did to the geometry went the right way. So you might remember the tire size in center. So brought the ass up, the rear ass up a little. The changes I did to the rear shock did too, but a little bit too much, I believe. So I'm about to lower the shock a little bit because I had a hard time on the exits. It's and on mid-turn, yeah, also on mid-turn because it got a little bit too much weight on the front, I believe, and then that made my feel on the front tire a little weird. That is hard to say because I'm not used to that actual tire, and I'm sure I also didn't found the right tire pressures yet. So you see the dilemma here, but I'll figure this out in the very next trick day, I guess. So then I did some adjustments to the clickers, to the suspension itself. Kind of dialed in the preload, etc., and then started clicking around based on what I felt from session to session, and that was going the right way. I mean, I'm very experienced with that. So, for example, the ass came out too slow, and that makes the bike, means the rear bound was too aggressive. That makes the bike staying too low. Once you go into the turn, the more compression kicks in, the more gyrographical force pushes the bike in, and then and when it hits a bump, it stays low too long. That overwhelms, not that extreme. But I don't find the other word right now. That overwhelms the front, gives you a bad feel on the front, and then most of the time people go like, okay, this problem seems to be on the front, but no. This could be triggered by the rear, and so was this. So that got fixed pretty quick. You know, this is just a few clicks away because on those Ducatis, and that's the advantage of having really cool Erlins, really good Erlin stuff in there. You feel every goddamn click. Every click counts. So, yeah, a few adjustments on the front has been done as well, but it was mostly in the rear. I still believe there's more in there, but I get a better understanding once I know the tires better, what I can really do with them. More or less hard. I'm almost all the way down, and there is actually way more to go back to me, kind of thing. Cause yeah, I'm injured. I still have dealing with a broken shoulder and fingers, which are not as strong right now. Maybe never ever again. We'll find out. But there's a lot of things coming together here, and which is why I need way more riding time right now. You know? So, other than that, first time out, I went with the stock tune. the bike was actually running pretty good, especially in high RPMs, so there was nothing to complain about. The wheelie control was fucking with me big time, so I'm not sure if there's something wrong, because I was expecting the wheelie control sets the bike smoothly back down. No, it was chopping off, and the bike wants to, show wheel on literally every shift down the straight, and then it chops you down all the time. So that doesn't feel right, and I gotta look into that stuff. Of course, I shut it off then, and then from there it went always smooth. I mean, I don't need a wheelie control, but in the beginning I was using it because I didn't know the bike, and it's got 45 horsepower more than my old one, so I wanted to keep it safe for the first session. Anyway, it's turned off, and from there it went way better. Then, though, I think I mentioned that in one of the previous video clips, the bike is strangled down in first, second, and third gear, at least, if not also in fourth, by power reduction by 50% about. And then it took forever to get up into high RPMs where the power actually comes, where it just builds up, and then that build up is just way too long. It took fucking half the straight to get into power. So then I installed the BT Tune handheld and installed the Stage 2 tune, and from there, all those restrictions are gone. I kind of had to relearn the bike again, because it is quite aggressive from there. However, the throttle response gets better. Power bridges, like ditches throughout the torque range and horsepower line. If you would see this on a chart, there are ditches in there which have been smoothed out, eased out, and all of that stuff. And especially the shift times on the quick shifter got reduced. So there's way less clunky shifting through the gears. It's way more accurate. So Stage 2 tune it is, man. And I think I also mentioned that we partnered with BT Tune, and if you ever look into that, then you will get a percentage on your tune when you do this through Superbike-Coach. Anyway, I think we're gonna add a link down there in the description there for you. It's actually a must do. Yeah. What else? The bike, actually, the temperatures are for Panigale in a normal range, so nothing was wrong with that. The braking, all the mods I did to it, you might remember installing those ribs here, cooling ribs, fins, and this air duct, which also acts like a diffuser in lean. I can describe it later again once the bike is all done and I show all of it. This does the job too. I mean, I was not super aggressive on the brakes, but Laguna, there are long braking travels to do, especially that's downhill sections coming out of over the crest of one, and then this is all downhill braking, hard, late braking into turn 2, all the way into 2, and then up the hill corkscrew and turn 11, and all that. So, and since the straights are short, there is not much time for the brakes to cool off. So that shows me that those mods work. So because I didn't have a fading once, because I'm actually still on stock brake pads. Yeah, so that seemed to work. What else was there? Oh, the sprocket ratio. That is it's still too long. Means I've seen 6th gear very short before entering turn 1. So on the crest, which was at 150 miles, 155 something. So I can do faster. I saw a very, very short 6th gear, and that means that I can go even shorter with the ratio, which helps me with my exit on turn 11, which very likely would allow me to use 2nd gear, then smoothing that turn out, and then bringing more energy down the straight, which would help with the lap times. So that could have been shorter. What was fucking with me, I did the math, when I chose this to head out with this sprocket ratio. But what was fucking with me is that the tire has a bigger diameter set in center, means that changes your ratio again, so that make that longer again. It would have worked out with the ratio if I would have stick with the original tire size, which was 200/60, but this is a 200/65. So no problem with that. So next time I know going to Laguna, I will have even 1 tooth more on that rear sprocket, and that would just pay off. It probably is right now for tracks like Button Willow, which has a way longer straight. So, but that's all like try and error. First 2 sessions, then you know. Anyway, I'm super delighted. So I'm now taking the bike apart, the fairings off, check everything, touch every bolt again, see if they are really tight, and then clean everything up, see what needs to be done, and then making my adjustments here with the rear shock in terms of length, shorten this a little bit. What else am I have to do? Oh, yeah, my GPS lap timer didn't work. I have no clue why. It worked when I was there in stock trim. You might remember that. It was working perfectly, but not now. My idea is, this is too long of a story. I'll figure it out and will tell you if I find it. So, let's get to work. Cleaning up the V4R after my gig in Laguna Seca, and checking all the balls and all that, and yep, some came loose. That's a normal thing, so I'm checking them all, and then also seeing if something broke or whatnot. So I had one with the carbon heel guards here, whatever you call it, and I think I mentioned that in one of the early videos when I installed it with aluminum balls, etc., that I doubt that they're actually holding up. And yeah, that was not a wrong thought. The aluminum balls didn't hold against my heel pressure against that carbon guard here, because they were also very flexible. These are not. I think this is aluminum, so that shouldn't be a big deal here. I mean, they were way lighter, but they're also very flexible, and then that makes them bend in. I was scraping on the swing arm here with my heel, then same on the other side. So I lost that side, and the thing is that I took a lot of original parts where I had a doubt. They were holding up. I had them with me in Laguna. Same with the back of bolts, which I all replaced to aluminum or titanium. So I had them with me and could easily replace that, fill the gap. So that was not a big deal. So the bike is almost 100% clean again. Working my way forward. I cleaned the exhaust and all that. There's rubber comes up, gets stuck on the hot exhaust and all that. Now look how shiny this is again. It's all good. Also here, checked all the bolts down there, because this is all aluminum now. So, and then I keep checking them every time I'm coming off the track, cleaning up the bike, and then see. Yeah. So I also put on the original tune for now, because also here I had a doubt that this actually installed perfectly when I was at the track and went with stage 2. It's a long story. You might remember I mentioned that this bike has a heat protection. Once you're in neutral gear, you can't rev it over 4,000 or 5,000 RPM. That should be gone with the tune. It wasn't gone when I installed it in Laguna, so I'm trying this again. If not, I will contact my guys at BT Tune and see what's going on. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why I couldn't get any lap times here. I think I did a mistake there, trying to program an additional track or an existing track, and then I punched the button which saves the finish line, and that probably overrode. That's actually maybe wish thinking or hope. That overrode my that position for the finish line in Laguna Seca. So that's my guess. I'll figure it out, I'm sure. But I also want to get this cable here from this position to this position, literally where the OBD port is, somewhere here, coming out here. Or I'm running it out down there where there's a nice cover over it, to make my DDA, the data logger, available, so I don't have to take off this cover, because I can't use the key anymore here for to open this up. So I even tried to take off the muffler, but it's still the exhaust is still in the way. So in other words, what I did here now was getting this off from that lock, so I can actually open it this way if necessary. But that's why I'm trying this, to route the cable in another place, so that it's enough either way to take off my seat, which is only 2 bolts, or down there with that nice little carbon cover, and getting it out from there. I'll see. I'll probably have to run a little hole. I guess this is all plastic. A little hole here, make this bigger so that I'd be able to reach this cable through. Because right now I don't see a chance to actually route it here. Otherwise, or I will have to make a hole in here, which is probably a pain in the ass, but it would be an option. Other than that, it's almost good to go for putting it back together. Yeah, and then we are very close to show you guys the complete bike very soon. Seems I'm failing here because that DDA, that red thingy, won't find space in here. So no matter how I'm turning it, I won't get it in there and have to cover this one completely closed. That sucks. Then I also didn't, I don't see really why I should, fuck up all that plastic there just to route it here, because in the end I will have to take off the seat anyway to reach it then after all. So okay, so what I can do now is to open that mechanism by pulling on this cable, and then I can pull this kind of nice cover off, which goes here, and we're good. So, in other words, I can take this one out here as well. That has some weight too. I will find a way to and have that wiggling going too. Cover it with a nice carbon washer. I found some on eBay actually, and find some weight too. I also found more weight down there. It's like a little wire harness, which I don't need anymore because I don't have any blinkers lights and whatsoever. That Christmas tree is gone long time. It's not much, but yep, it's adding up. And also here are even more bolts now I can add to the boxes, which are removed. Yeah, let's move on.